they started clearing those shelves off sometime in September. Dawn and I were down there. So they're getting ready to put out Christmas stuff. I said, oh, you got to be kidding. You're not putting out Christmas stuff. 2 or 3 late days later, I was back there and the Christmas decorations were starting to appear on the shelves, you know. And then sometime in, I guess it was October when I first noticed it, there was a forest of artificial Christmas trees that suddenly appeared in the garden center. One day they weren't there, and just overnight they magically appeared and were all lit up. Black Friday has now become Black Thursday, as people are now including Christmas shopping on the same day they eat their Thanksgiving turkey. And if it keeps up like this, we'll be getting Christmas ads for next year on Valentine's Day. We don't laugh. My daughter was down at Walmart the other day, and she came home. You won't believe this. They're starting to put out their Valentine's stuff. Christmas isn't even here yet. You know, it's no wonder that some folks lament that Christmas comes earlier each year. But historically speaking, we're not really seeing Christmas any earlier now. I remember when my brother and sisters and I were children, and all folks who belong to Dawn and I's generation. I remember that when we were kids growing up, there were no big box stores. We lived out in the country outside of Fairmont. If you wanted to go to a store that might have a toy, you either went to G.C. Murphy's or LaCroix's. There were no ads on TV I was 13 years old before we had our first television. I don't remember seeing toy ads on TV or anything, but I do remember this. Early in October, we began to watch for the Sears and Roebuck Christmas catalog to come out. We knew it was coming soon, and we couldn't wait for it to get there. And when it arrived, we devoured it from the front cover of that catalog to the back cover. And before Thanksgiving was even close to arriving, we had the Christmas catalog worn out. The pages were ripped and torn. They were dog-eared. We'd take a crayon and circle things, you know, in the catalog and all. And Mom and Dad might as well throw it away by Thanksgiving. We'd worn the catalog out. So, you know, sticking a few extra weeks or months on to Christmas isn't all that strange, especially when you compare it to what you read in Scripture. You know, if you think a few months of Christmas ramp up's a big deal, try 700 years. Just try that. That's what we find with the prophet Isaiah. 700 years. Isaiah was a prophet who gave God's word to several kings of Judah during a time of crisis in the land. And Judah was under threat, you see, from foreign powers. And as God's mouthpiece, Isaiah was to call for a sign from God to strengthen the people's hope. To the surprise of everyone, not least the king, Isaiah didn't tell him that God was going to provide him with horses and chariots or swords and shields to repel that invasion. He said the sign was a baby. Isaiah said the sign was a baby. The young woman is with child and shall bear a son and name him Emmanuel. And in chapter 9 of Isaiah, he says, a child has been born to us, a son given to us. Authority rests on his shoulders, and he is named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Now, babies make for great ad copy, don't they? Donna told me one time that Toby looked like one of the Gerber babies. Babies make for great ad copy, but they make lousy warriors. Babies make lousy warriors. But what babies do is represent hope, which was in short supply in Isaiah's day. You know, the prophet looked forward to a day when a real king, God's king, would come to the throne. And Isaiah's ad was answered 700 years later in Bethlehem. of shepherds. Shepherds were usually the last people to hear any good news. That's to whom the angel went. You is born this day in the city of David, a Messiah, a Savior who is the Messiah of the Lord. You will find the baby wrapped in cloth and lying in a manger. Folks, the long-awaited Christmas had finally come. 700 years of waiting, and Christmas was here. Of course, if you wait for something for 700 years, that means a lot of time. Keep up a lot of other expectations. And no one expected Christmas to come like this. The baby was from a poor family. His parentage was questionable. He wasn't born in a palace, but in a barn. He didn't grow up wearing royal robes. His daily garb was a carpenter's apron. When he started preaching, he didn't advocate for people to grab their swords and attack their oppressors. Instead, he told them to love their enemies. Pray for those who persecute. They expected a king who would rule from a throne, not die on a cross. You know, and for many in first century Israel, the arrival of Christmas felt like a bait and switch. Not at all what they had expected. Indeed, no one expected that the baby in the manger was actually God in the flesh. The very one who had given the prophets all those promises about a baby king came in person to do the job. And this had been his plan from the beginning. When the first humans bought into the false advertising of a snake in the Garden of Eden and tried to become like gods themselves. Ever since the 3rd chapter of Genesis, folks, God had been planning to mend the break caused by human sin. And God was going to do it by becoming human himself. God would do it by becoming Isaiah's advertised king. Look at Isaiah 9, and you see that Jesus is everything that was advertised. Isaiah said, the people walking in darkness have seen a great light. And at the beginning of the Gospel of John, we read the words about Jesus. In him was light, and the light was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness shall not overcome it. Jesus himself said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Jesus came at night into a world of darkness, and he shined the light of God's grace on hopeless humanity. Isaiah said that the king would bring joy to the nation. Jesus would bring joy to the whole world. And as he taught his disciples, he told them, I have said these things to you so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. The joy of Christmas is a joy that comes from knowing that no matter what our circumstances might be, God is with us. Folks, that joy is evident on Sunday mornings here with the folks who worship at Glendale United Methodist Church. That joy is evident. If you don't worship with us, you don't have a home church to worship in. We invite you to come and worship with us on Sunday mornings. Give us a try. Isaiah said that the king would take away the rod of the oppressor, the yoke of slavery from his people. And you know, Isaiah may have been thinking of the enemy at the gates of Jerusalem. But Jesus knew that the real oppressors of humanity are the forces of sin and death. He would take them upon himself, dying at the hands of suffering humanity, but then rising again to new life, defeating death, and liberating those who trust him from its power. He said that all the implements of war would be burned. Jesus would never wear a warrior's helmet. his disciples to love them into the kingdom. And folks, so Jesus really did fit the bill. Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Isaiah's Christmas has finally come, but in a way that delivered more than was advertised. See, Christmas came for the love of humanity. That's right. Because God loved us so much that he was willing to humble himself and to come in the form of human flesh as the most vulnerable in our society, as a little baby.